Greetings. Greetings. There it is. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, read the box. Well, I'm adjusting my mustache. Great thing. Thank you. Good thing. Once you already did, then please be patient. Buzz. This is the Honey Yum Yum broadcasting system. And I'm back on the air. I'm live. That's me. This is my person. You can see me. I'm a real human being. So don't you ever forget it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what was I going to do? All right, I was going to talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I guess. So yesterday I was in a pretty fucking down mood. Kind of feeling pretty sad. It was just, it was fucked up. Whatever. And so I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And that really, lifted my spirits. I was very happy to enjoy that movie. I'll have to remember that, and you maybe ought to keep that in mind, too. That, that's a good feel-good. It makes you feel like me. Because, wow, what was that? Entertainment. Actually, I had seen it before. I watched the one from 2013, Texas Chainsaw. And I guess that was kind of a future sequel one. And then I watched Leatherface, which came out in 2017, which is like an origin story. So one was kind of like a sequel at the end, and then the prequel at the beginning, how it all started. And I'm not even sure if I've actually seen the original one from 1974. But I think maybe I'll watch it today. Anyway. Let's see. There was a couple things. I don't know. I was kind of narrating during the time. Why did it feel so good? Because, well, you can't get around a good book. First of all. And then second of all, chainsaws, cutting people open. Police officer right down the fucking chest. Oh man, that was fucking cathartic seeing that. I'm like, fuck yeah. Oh yeah. Way to go, Jed. And I was actually wondering in the second one. I was like, was that Jed? Or was that the other guy who kind of replaced Jed when Bud got shot? And that wasn't quite clear to me. But then I think that actually was him. I thought that, he just kind of the family found him and they assumed he was Jed, and then he just became Jed for them, and it was the massacre guy, the chainsaw Lord of the Chainsaw, Dark Lord of the Chainsaw, anyway. What else did I like about it? So he has this. He cuts off people's faces, takes the skin off their face, and then sews it over his own face through his cheeks, straps it on, so he's got this someone else's face on his face. And I was thinking about the symbolism behind that, and how it's kind of relevant to the present situation, because in the I wish I could just rephrase this all simply. I might have to get warmed up. I'll get back into it. Just hang with me. I'll get back to where I was. So there are people out there who they don't want you to know who they are. Not because they're bad people that you need to be worried about, but because if you knew who they were, that would cause problems for them and a lot of people and you, and it's best you just don't know. And so these people, they will put on a mask. They'll see someone else and like take their look, take their face, not like literally cut off their skin, but they'll get their face. And, usually like a general common thing, something that will be on multiple people. A lot of those go around from movies and stuff like that. Uh, and go ahead if you want to, but I'll get into you later if you warn you why it might be a bad idea if you take my face like they have been doing in the present with some kind of weird, creepy conspiracy. I don't know. Anyway, so like they'll get a common face and then wear that. That way you kind of have this idea of who that person is without really knowing who they are. And then they can usually interact in public, go about their business, not be disturbed, not disturb anyone else, buy their raisin bran and fresh eggs, whatever. Go back to the frickin' slaughterhouse. All's well. So, and then like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, as far as I understand, is like the epitome of that. He's like the ultimate version of that. Like, like the other side of the coin of me. Because you don't want to know him. You can't know him either. That's another reason why you don't want to know him. And that's another reason why it causes you problems. Like that's just not something you will know or understand ever. And you need to be good with that. You need to accept that about people like us. And there's a lot of us out there. They're mainly the freaking most hardcore Christians, I guess, are kind of like the most, because that's the most common mask we can all wear. We can wear a Christ mask, a Christ face, and that's like the universal good guy. It used to be anyway. Now these days it's been corrupted into evil. Now that like evil people are like brazenly using it and then doing evil in the. It's just like, come on, people aren't even fucking trying anymore. Jesus, he's gonna be mad. He's coming. He's coming. He's gonna come get you. He's gonna be a Jew and he's gonna come get you. That, yeah. Ugh. Ugh. Seriously, think about all the Jews have done to me in this age. He's gonna like have that like fucking God level. That's going to be a fucking nightmare. He's going to have God on his side when he does that. It's not just going to be some Jews plotting in darkness with their evil schemes. It's going to be like him with my power doing Jew stuff to you, his enemies and my enemies. That's going to be some fucked up shit when that happens. So be ready and don't get in his way unless you need to be. In which case, you better be willing to play by the rules. Otherwise, you'll get fucking screwed. Right. So, my Christ face is real though. It's not a mask. Mine's actually my own face. I'm not putting on anyone else's. It's just my own natural face, and that is somewhat unusual. That is somewhat unusual, especially to see on adults, because an adult, usually by the time you grow up, you I don't know, you start to make mistakes in life. You start to get lost in the world, and you forget about the like childish bliss and joy, childish joy of faith, which is like a pure imagination. Like when you have kids playing make believe, especially young kids, like 5, 6, 7 years old, and they're all like playing a game together, make believe. You know what I'm talking about? You ever see that? That's what real faith is like. In adults, it's very uncommon that you see adults living like that these days, having as much much security in their identity to be able to play like that, because of all the things adults do that makes that kind of energy a little bit more of a problem, a little bit more of a complicated situation for an adult to have, mainly because it becomes easily confused as sexual activity for adults, which is just not even in the picture for those kids. Not even there. They might be aware of that, but it's not. It's not. No, no. It's they might. Especially these days, kids know about that happens, but they're not. That energy is not the same as it is for an adult who is like sexually active in the adult social, world community. And so a lot of people these days only use their Christ face for sex. That's like it's kind of like a lottery ball that passes around a room at times, depending on who lights it up, and it'll get stuck on someone, and then depending on who it gets stuck on, it can be taken or left. And some people will take that from them by cursing the person who had it stuck on them. They'll like crucify him, cast him out, outcast him, push him out, reject him entirely, that person, thinking that's the way it's supposed to be. And then they actually take all the good from him when they do that, and then they'll go fuck somewhere. And it's usually horribly unpleasant for the person that was robbed of all that good energy that they rightfully deserved. So don't do that if you can. If someone has that, you're supposed to accept them, not supposed to reject them. Like, this is the worst thing you could do. That's the whole lesson you're supposed to learn from the Christian religion. Accept people like that, even though they're different, even though they stand out. They're good. Accept them. Do not crucify them. That's not what you're supposed to do. If anyone was ever supposed to do that, and that's debatable depending on which side of the line you're on, if that was ever supposed to happen in any situation, it has already been taken care of. It has already been done. Nobody else needs to do it ever again. Done. Jesus. Boom. That's the only one who could have possibly been a scapegoat for Jews or anyone else. The only one. So you don't ever need to do it again. Don't ever feel like that's necessary or going to do you any good, because it most surely won't. You might be able to have sex, but that's going to put sin into your soul, and that imagination power I was telling you about, that faith, is going to disappear. That's going to erode away, and you're going to lose that power. That power is useful for doing the kind of things I've been doing with my life that you're all so fucking freaked out over. Yeah, I never use that for sex. I don't know. It just wasn't. It never seemed appropriate to me to use for sex, and I get a lot of it just because the way I live my life, the way I've always lived my life, done all kinds of crazy shit. I get a lot of freaking Christs from people passing around. I don't even try. Sometimes I'll just step outside, and then it'll just smack me right in the face. I'm like, oh crap, and then someone else will fucking. They're like, oh yeah, cast that one out. And then they'll go run off and go fuck. And I'll be like, oh, God damn it. I hate people so much. I hate them. Yeah. I can't believe they do that. It's fucking disgusting. That's one of the reasons why sex is such a problem these days. All right, I'll get back to that. Back to the face stuff. The Christ, yeah, that's my normal. And that's why I don't need to wear anyone else's face. That's why I don't cut off a person's face and put it on. I just use my own face. People could take my face as much as they want, but it's not going to work the same way as a common one that you're supposed to be taking, because mine's real. And when you take my face, you get a little bit of the real me. And then I'm on the Christ level there. Next thing, now we got a fucking connection neither of us want. Oh, so I've had to fucking improvise a whole bunch of spiritual fucking technology. So I set up automated systems with angels, you could say, angels, demons as well, that wish to participate, because there's very large amount of demon interest in my work as well, as which is good. Which is good. We cooperate. Not all demons are something you need to freaking exterminate. You know, it's just got to be aware of like their interests are not the human interest. They have different interests. Their selfishness is not human selfishness. So keep that in mind. And you should be fine. You shouldn't have any problems with working with any good ones. And also volunteers from the saintly apostles and all that, people throughout time who who like wish to have a purpose in this whole grand work, and they just go fulfill that purpose in that system, which kind of is the interface between people who have taken me and like made a connection with me that neither of us really want to be aware of, and so that it works out the way according to the universal law and the personal will I have established to make that work. But that's how I'm different. You also cannot know me, even though you can see me. You will never know me because I'm a real Christ. You won't know that person. You know I am, but that's all you know. But that's why it's unusual for adults to have, because you got to have like a crazy freaking life. And I've had a crazy life, done all sorts of stuff that you'll see when all that, someone freaking does a biography of me or something, or I do an autobiography. I was thinking that would be a pretty good, pretty fun thing to do. But I'm not going to do anything like that right now. It's fucking, people are fucked up. You don't deserve anything from me at the moment. Anything more than this, at least. This is as much as I'm willing to give you. Oh, yeah. And one of the most difficult parts about it is that you actually have to face death. You actually have to be in a moment of death. You have to face the death of self. And I'm not talking about just like a conceptual thing. You need to actually be in a life or death moment where your body could die and you do or die. That's the most difficult part, and that's where people often get killed. And it's not something you can like stage or set up. It's something that just has to happen naturally as you're going about your journey. You can't expect it. It just happens, and you're in that life or death moment, and you either pass or you don't pass. That's the key thing. And I believe I experienced that when I was when I sailed from Oahu to Molokai and back on a sailboat. Sailboat I purchased and lived on. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I learned how to sail, and basically, sort of. It wasn't like really all that experience, but I wasn't prepared for that journey. But I did it. I made it there and back, and my ship, the freaking sail, like broke. The line was running out, and I almost freaking was gonna lose my control of the ship and crash on the rocks of southern Oahu. Which, I mean, I guess I was like not totally scared right then. Like I mean, I felt like I could jump into the water and probably climb up the cliff and be all right. Like find a road or something and hitchhike back to town if I needed to, I guess. But at the same time, the currents in that water are fucking crazy, and it's fucking, yeah. But I was able to catch the line as it was running out and pull the sail back in and tie it off on another fixture, and it was like, and then make it the rest of the way back to port, and that like something like freaking tipped over in me when that happened, and well, so like I had a Chinese junk rig sail, Chinese folding fan box sail. It's like got these battens in it, which is like kind of folds out it stages, and there was like it kind of looks like a big sail fin, like a fish fin. That's what. Yeah, and there's like a ring here and then here and then here on like each of the battens, and so when the line broke, it went and I was just coming back. It like went here, and then it was running out again. Like that's when I grabbed it right where it was going, and I was able to pull it back in. So it was kind of like hanging a little bit on the edge there without not all the battens being able to tie down. But that's what's dangerous. So you don't seek out situations like that on purpose. Just be as prepared as you can be for when something like that happens. If you're walking the narrow way to the very top, to be the one. There can only be one within you, at least, for yourself. You will have to be yourself, entirely yourself. You cannot be anyone else. You cannot have anyone else there with you. You cannot have any of that. You need to be all you. That's what it means to be the one. But he and I, the Dark Lord Chainsaw, Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy, he and I are kind of like two peas in a pod, though. If you really had to like boil down the situation, except I work differently. He uses a chainsaw and cuts people up, puts them on a hook, does what he needs to do. Why? Okay, you'd be best not to know why, but like I was saying before, it probably just feels good, and it is a good thing. Yeah, it is some sort of like justice. Which is one of the reasons why those movies are freaking good, and but he'll chase you. Yeah, that's right. He'll chase you with his chainsaw, and I will not chase you at all. That is one of the differences in the way he does what he does and the way I do what I do. I sit right here. I do not chase you. But I do worse to you in all that you don't see, in all that you don't see me doing. And in this world outside where you thought you were safe from Leatherface, Skinface Man, you're now in my world. And I am worse. Because I'm the devil you don't know. He's the devil you know. Because he's got the face. He's sewed a face on. You know that much. You don't know him all the way, but you know that much. Me, none of you have this. I don't know. Does it look good? I don't even fucking think about it. It's just my fucking face. What can I tell you? And the problem is, most people have like a variation of it. Wait, let me take off my glasses. Maybe it'll be easier for you to do. Most people have like a variation of it, which is normal. Normal, that's fine. Enjoy yourself. That's the way it should be. Just to a degree. But like I was saying, if you try to have all of me as your look, first of all, I'm going to have a problem with that because you're going to be right on top of me. And second of all, you are going to have a problem with that because yourself is going to be left out. That's not going to be my fault. You did that to your own self. But so don't do that. He's probably, like I was saying, he's probably the only one who could have my face all the way totally without problems, except it wouldn't do him any good. It would defeat the entire purpose of why he needs a face in the first place. So it's all right. It's all right. Well, at least I'm not worried about that. But I was saying, hopefully, maybe if you have a bit of my face, uh, maybe he'll recognize that with you and maybe spare you, possibly. I'm not saying that's going to be a guarantee, but he might recognize me through you and maybe let you pass because he and I we will recognize each other if we ever see each other. And because it's like this, like we met before. I wasn't like a victim of his, but we like crossed paths in the forest one time and just had a good time. It was just never like it was fine, like we had mutual company that was somewhat enjoyable for the moment that we were there, and then we went on our separate ways. And he probably considered like, do I need to kill this one? I guess not. I probably don't need to kill this one. I guess he's all right. This one's not bad, actually. Strange. I was never expecting that. I've never seen one like that. Huh. And then we're able to survive for the moment. And then he's able to get back on his way. I'm able to get back on my way. And that's how he'll like recognize me through you. It's not like we have like we are pen pals or anything, but that's pretty much how that works. Well, and he's a family person too. I'm not a family person, so but I'm not a threat to family people the way they seem to think I am. Like the way his family is threatened by all the other people in the world, the evil, fucked up, corrupt world, is not the way I threaten. I'm good for them because I stand against them also, the evil, corrupt world, and I justify their family with the way I explain things about how family is a good thing. And even though I'm not a family person, you should model the world after a family. But you just, like, the thing you can't forget is you can't leave out guys like me. Don't just model it after a family and think everything else is going to be cut off and thrown away. Like, people are out of your goddamn mind. You need people like me, just like you need people like him. You don't want to fucking know what we do. We do it. You don't want to know. It will cause you problems to know. It will cause me problems to know. You don't need to know. You shouldn't know. You shouldn't even be looking. But it's good. What we do is good work. You don't need to know what it is, though. You wouldn't understand. You would think you would see something. You would not see what it is, really. You would see the world and not the spirit. So, yeah. The movies are fucking awesome. Yeah, especially like that one. The Texas Chainsaw. Yeah, I like the cop too. The good one. The good one. He was well played role. Even the young guy, he wasn't bad either. I mean, he was like as the character in the movie, he fucking dies, but he wasn't. He played well, very well played, absolutely. Couldn't help but see a little bit of myself and freaking punching that bag in the beginning. I'm like, man, yeah, shoot, I know all about that. And there, you got to freaking get out that rage. It's a good way to do it. It's a good way to do it. Nobody needs to get hurt. Yeah, no, we're not like. I had some problems with his character, but he's a young guy. Young people make mistakes like that all the time. Not necessarily, but they do make mistakes like that, and it shouldn't be the end of the world. But he was, I think the reason why he's depicted in the movie is because he's like no longer really a child anymore. He's in the adult world, and the kind of mistakes that children make have a different effect in the adult world when you're in the adult world. And so you need to know about that. That's why it's so important that parents teach their children about morality when they're growing up. That way they don't think everything's okay and then go into the real world and make some kind of fucking sin and get fucking killed by the chainsaw guy who just like comes out and like out of a fucking out of the basement. You didn't even know he was there, and next thing you know, you're on a fucking hook. getting chainsawed in half. Those kind of things happen. That's the adult world. So you need to fucking know about that shit. It's pretty simple. It really shouldn't be hard. The reason people have a problem is because they get into a habit of like convincing themselves that what they're doing isn't bad or isn't so bad. And then next thing you know, they're doing that more and more, and then they completely forget the feel. They no longer even feel the sensation of something being bad. And then they get in too deep. They make a mistake without even realizing it. Don't get into that habit. Don't get into that habit. At the very least, if you do that, at the very least, go confess every single time you do. You should know what you're doing at the time. Just don't deny it. And then go confess to your local priest or spiritual leader or moral authority, whoever that is, whatever that is, whatever culture you have. Be forgiven. Like, I know this was wrong. I should have probably, but look, I really wanted that. And like, it kind of like makes a little bit sense if I think about like, the reason why this and kind of how this works into the play with, so I thought, hey, but at the same time, like, I know I probably should have done that. Am I forgiven? Is it okay? They'll be like, no, but yes, you're forgiven. It's not okay, but you're forgiven. Go fucking slap yourself on the wrist and don't do that anymore. You're fine. Don't worry about it. It's done. You told me. I'll take care of it with the big man upstairs. Make sure that's not a problem. Now that I know. But you don't have to worry about getting punished for that. Because you told me, and I understand. I'm a person. I'm in character right now, okay? You don't need to tell me these things. Tell Jesus, not me. Jesus is the judge. I'm the Jesus is the judge by the law. And no, I don't. How do I say that? That's not quite. Oh, he's like the judge of the world. I will judge you for what isn't of the world if you need to be judged. But I don't carry around a gun or a sword or any sort of weapon like that. So you don't need to worry about me doing like seeing you and like killing you for your sins. No, but I may possibly kill you with a single glance. Look at you, see, know, and boom, you're done. Just like that. Yeah, that's some fucking. But for most people, don't usually have to worry about it. It's usually something like, oh man, so I'm like, was I good? Was I okay? Like, did I? Would be on my best. All kinds of people around me or around out there like me doing this kind of work. It's relatively common. You usually don't see one like me unless there's a big baddie that needs to get taken down, like the fucking former president who really fucked up the world with his evil. That bullshit is not going to pass. That's the kind of guy. Single look, boom. Tough break, but you should have known better. You're fucking old, dude. You're like, what, like 70 years old? How the fuck are you making mistakes like that when you're 70? Unless you've got like some kind of dementia. But I mean, don't they check for that before you even start running it in the government? But if they did, I mean, shouldn't all those other people around know about that and like be able to check and prevent those kind of mistakes? Be like, oh, hold on. You do not want to do that. Like, there's these laws, these are in place that will fuck up all kinds of stuff. People who know better should have been able to stop that. But what, didn't he like fire everyone who disagreed with him? Like, how did that shit even happen? I'm wondering, like, you old people are fucking totally out of your goddamn minds. You all need to be replaced by more sensible people who know how to participate on a team, know how to run an organization, know how to cooperate and problem solve. You old people in the government, get out. We don't need you. You are problems. We do not need you there. You should have known what the fuck he was doing. But yeah, that's why you don't usually see people like me to worry about. I still do all that other stuff, but and it might seem like you're fucking passing by the Grim Reaper all of a sudden, and it's like, oh crap, is he coming for me? Does he know I most likely I'm not there for you, but I'm here now, at least for one person, and now I gotta fucking live the rest of my life. Whatever, not too bad, I guess. I got other stuff going on. As far as the work goes, things I might have to do for the judge, for the big man Jesus up in the Christ Tower of Heaven. I'm at least doing that for him. I've been taking down that one. That's strange. I'm doing his work there. I'm the one who's pointing out the law and all the words and stuff. That's unusual for me. But I guess I can do that as well. Just like he can do my job as well. But it's typically not our role to do. And the reason why is because that one's using a Christ face. He's using one of the Jesus Christian faces. One of those common ones. That's why he needs me to do it. And that's why you will need him to do one of these unknown ones like me. One that's not in the group like that. I'm like a stray Christ from planet Xenon. Planet Badass. Planet Super Cool. Planet Dark Lord. Awesome. Emma Watson's Wild and His Sexiest Fantasy. True Love. Planet Land. That's the kind of man I am. And you don't know us when you see one of me, but you do recognize the Christ. And that should fucking terrify you. You should feel threatened by that, yes, but not like endangered. You should sense the power of someone like that, because it's like world-saving power. You know what I'm talking about? Like, however, they won't be like with your culture. You'll just like recognize that as like another culture. Like, oh, they got one. This is going to affect us, whether we like it or not. We got to match them with ours. We got one. I got one. Hold on. Yeah, shoot, I haven't been to church in fucking years, but yes, I know about him. That's fine. Yes, would you like some bread and water while on your journey? Be careful, because there's this stuff up the road there. It might be a problem. You want to be advised. But I don't really know what to do. It's not in my power. But maybe you can know what to do. Yeah, so I'm one of the unknown ones. Don't forget about us. Unknown variable. There you go. There's the non-faith term so you can use for all you atheists and Scientologists. Is that the way you are, Scientologists? You want to use strictly scientific terms. Strictly scientific terms. Unknown variable. That'll work for you. Just always account for that. And account for it like it's not just mathematical. It's like qualitative. It's something you have to like describe with a whole bunch of words, talking around it, leading to that concept, which could be anything and everything at any time. And you'll never know until all of a sudden they show up and be like, oh yeah, my name's Nick Bilotis. That's me. Now you know me. Yeah, there I am. That's all. What else do you need to know? You call me that, and should be good to go. There's no other ones. There's no other Nick Bilotis out there. I'm the only one. Are there? I'm pretty sure there's not. I mean, seriously, like the only Bilotis in the world are like related to me. They're like my personal family. And I'm the only Nick that I'm aware of. So, I don't know. You know, well, I mean, what else do you need to know about me? I am a person, a human being with a name, and now you know that name. When you say that name, it's me. I'll know about it. Maybe. Probably. Depends. Possibly. If it passes through the automated system I set up so I don't have to fucking think about this shit all the time. That's way too much work. Can't believe that. Yeah, don't worry. If you need something like that, there's like a way to access that for yourself. Because, I mean, one of the reasons why you don't cast me out and one of the reasons why you do accept me is because all that I do, I make available to everyone else. I do for other people than myself. It's not just only for me. Whatever you think I'm going to do for myself, I will do for you too. If I can, if necessary, if it's appropriate. I mean, I'm not going to like try and do stuff for you unless it's a situation that does concern me if I were you. And I'm very simple like that. If you're on the Christ level, your needs are equal with the king of the apes, so with the monkey king. Yeah, that's who you are equal with. The monkey king, he is the king of all animals. Ultimate super ape, good all the way. And but ultimately he's a monkey. The king of the monkeys, the best one ever, the greatest. But he's still like interested in the animal kingdom at the very top. The Christ level is all the way at the very bottom, equal there with the animal. And so our needs for civilization are equal like that. If you think about animal needs, that's like stuff civilization shouldn't be fighting over. Social connections. And then, so that's the Christ level. That's all the way down there. And I guess if you want the highest, that would be, I'll be all the way up there. I'll be a marker up there. You can go higher. It's true, but I'll be a marker up there because you now know my name. I did the Christ thing for all the human beings in the world right now. Like it was prophesied someone would do. I did that. Me. That was mine. You're all good. Taken care of. We can all move on now. No longer let that get in the way or hold anyone up from doing what they want to do. It's done. If you have any questions, send me an email. I don't have a phone anymore ever since it became a freaking tool for hackers to annoy me with. So you can send me an email. They still annoy, my internet's getting shut off tomorrow, but I'll probably be able to check it eventually. Maybe when I have enough money to pay my bills. I'll explain whatever you want me to explain to you. I'm not going to just like cater to what you want to hear, but if you're polite about it, I will try and like arrange all that you want to know, all that you're asking about, in a way that you will find palatable. Maybe there's no promises there, but one of the reasons why that you need to know, like, so hold on. Don't be mean. The difference between being mean and being nice could be the difference that saves you from having your face stomped onto a stone. On this level. And if you're not on that level, but someone else is, you will be brought all the way down and then stomped. So just don't be mean unless you gotta be. But if you don't gotta be, then try to not make people mad. Always remember, there's a Christ in there somewhere. All it takes is fucking the right kind of yeah, all it takes is a reason to wake up. All it takes is a wake up call. Yeah. Could be any, it could be a wake up call, could be a reason, could be a loud bang somewhere, could be just a bunch of loud noises going on. Whatever's going to, and then eventually they'll get done what needs to get done, go back to sleep until it's their turn to go on watch or whatever. And I guess we rotate all the time. Not like epochs, regularly, at any time. Don't worry about it. It's not a time synced thing. But if you see me, there's the other one is somewhere else. We're doing the same job. Eventually, you might see him. We're doing the same job. He's doing the same job as me, even though he's the other guy. That's a social role thing in civilization. Oh, that's what I need to tell you. I just don't want to. I don't know if I need to tell you any of this. It's just can help him pass the time. Get kind of bored. Nothing to do. So I guess there's some conspiracy out there in the movie industry where they set up some weird random situation to take my look off my face without me seeing them, and then pass that all the way back into their movie industry and then make a movie with it with their acting. I don't fucking know. That's some weird shit if you ask me. Why are you wasting all your goddamn time with something like that? If you like the way I look so goddamn much, why don't you just fucking say hi? You don't need to fucking do some sketchy shit, try and go through the back door and steal something from me. That's my face. I will know where that goes. I will see through your eyes when you wear that. Not that I want to, but if it concerns me, I will. Yeah, you're not really going to get that off all that easily. It's not like one of those normal common ones. I don't know what to tell you. Good luck. A lot of this was new to me just a little bit ago. I don't know. That's what you fucking did. I had to learn on the fucking fly. I didn't know you did that stuff. I didn't know that was even a thing. I never even considered some kind of evil scheme like that being possible among humans. What the fuck is the matter with you people? Why are you wasting your time doing something so senseless? You seriously think you are fucking on another level than me? Like you can't just talk to me like a normal human being? I am not on your level, not on your station. I'm on some commoner level, and you people are up in the clouds. You seriously think that? Please come down to earth for a moment, because that is not reality. You people just have different shit that I don't particularly want. But that doesn't make you better than me or different than me. You just have a different way of life. So what if there's a fucking social stir? Are you fucking kidding me? Why are you fucking freaking out about that? Who cares? God damn. It's just fucking people being people, interacting with each other. You're trying to seriously control what everyone fucking thinks? What everyone perceives about your fucking puppets on stage? You're trying to control that so much that you don't want normal social activity to happen between people. Oh, that just... I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you, and I'm not going to chase you. people. Are you aware that, like, we're in a war right now? What are you going to do if, like, the army comes up to your door with a bunch of guns and stuff? You see some of the commoners that you thought you were above raiding your house, putting you in a fucking execution line. How different are you going to be from the commoner right next to you, on his knees, about to get a bullet in the back of the head? We are in a war right now. Do you realize that is war? We all fucking fight and we all die. The same. You're not going to have some special, like, magic shield to protect you. That's not how it works. That is not how it works. It's more like you will just be better if you have a good reason. If you have divine justification, it's something you will know, something you will be able to explain, and it will just, like, give you some belief in yourself to do what the other person does not believe they will be able to do, and they know they won't be able to do that. They'll try and lie about it, they'll try and pretend, but they know they won't be able to do it, and you know you'll be able to do what you need to do to stop them from doing that. That's all that is. That's not a fucking magic shield. That's just knowing right from wrong, knowing good from evil at any time. And in war, when people are killing each other, that's ultimately what it should be about. If you do not know that one side is evil, you shouldn't be fucking killing them. There's no reason to do that. So why the fuck are we still in a war anyway? I want those answers. I want you people to answer my questions directly. I'm going to ask you everything. That's what they don't want. That's why they're trying to friggin'. They know I'll fucking destroy them with the word of my mouth. But they're already dead from the look in my eye. So what do they got to lose anyway? That's why they're so afraid. Also, that would be, like, more entertaining to have happen too. Like, whatever the hell else is going on is boring. Like, you really want to see freaking bombs going off in our fucking cities, destroying everyone's work, rather than have, like, a big social uproar and scandal? Like, come on, people love that kind of thing. It's exciting. It's like, it gives people something to talk about. There'll be all sorts of, like, gossip and rumors, and people will be like, yeah, do that, please. That's going to be great for everyone. We'll all have something to fucking entertain our lives with, other than some just mundane, dreary fucking work we got to do each day just to live. Which may not be that bad. That's what I'm trying to do here with these videos. Not really working out too well. I don't get any profit from this. No one's decided to give me money the way they give money to all those other people that do this kind of thing. I don't really know what to do, but I know they're watching me, and I know they should be giving me money, but I don't know why they don't. So whatever. Maybe they'll figure it out at some point and realize that, like, it would be profitable to cooperate with me, capitalize on my work with me, not try and take it from me and steal it, but to, like, capitalize on me being the best that I can be, and then, like, you just, like, getting some of that profit. That's all you should be asking for. You shouldn't be trying to get the whole goddamn fucking pie for yourself. You're not doing a damn thing. You're not the one talking on the camera right now. You're not the one with the fucking Christ face. The real one. You don't have that? Go ahead, try. Put that on. Put that on and go fucking do it. Let's see what happens to you. Oh, fucking just like, oh, that was like thinking about, like, just tearing their heads off, with my hands. Don't need to do that though. the inside. That's where I'll find you. That's where I'll start my work. And then I'll chase you from inside. Not my body going anywhere. And you will run right into Mr. Skin Mask with the chainsaw, who will be waiting and happy to do his work. Yeah, so yeah, you should find something you love to fucking do if you can. It's not too easy to do that. I'm not making any money. They're about to shut off my internet tomorrow. Like I am fucking poor. I'm like mentally disturbed, disabled. I can't even freaking. I have $3 to my name at the moment, which I'm saving for lime juice when I run out, and I'm almost out. Probably need to buy it tomorrow, maybe. It's not fucking easy, but maybe someday. And I mean, I had to put in a whole lot of planning throughout like years of my life to kind of like be able to get to this point. I mean, I did the whole Christ life walk, the real thing. So I mean, it's not like I just stepped out of the shower and was like, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna save the world today. Boom, done. Yeah. No, I've been doing that since like I was a teen. I really like made a conscious decision about what I was going to do with my life as an adult. And that's it's a long journey, and it culminates into things like this eventually. Maybe it works out, maybe not. I hope it works out. I'm certain it's going to work out. Everything indicates that this should be working out really well, but there's still like a problem. I don't know what it is, except I'm fairly certain there is a single individual person of the Jewish culture who is being a hostile force trying to make my life difficult. Like, why? I don't know. I don't think being Jewish should have nothing like seems to have nothing to do with why you shouldn't be doing that. Like why would you do that to anyone, regardless of what culture you are? But you happen to be that. Do you not know what the fuck happened in World War II? And you're doing that of all goddamn things? Do you know what the fuck is going to happen to you people now? Just because of you! Because of you! When your name gets known! People like that are so goddamn fucking selfish. They don't even fucking think about what their actions are going to do to affect other people. Oh, you will be made known. You will be pulled into the light. Everyone will see you. Everyone will know all that you did. However, whenever that's resolved, things should be going a little bit better. Someone was, well, I don't know, just, yeah, clear that out. Seriously. Yeah. Get thee gone, vile goddamn beast. Foul, odorous spirit of Israel. Ugh. One of the things I haven't done in life, someone commented on this elsewhere, one of the watchers that fuck with my life and try to ruin my day after day, that one of the things I have not done that they have done is get married. That is definitely on my list of things I want to do in life. But that's one thing I have no experience of. It's true. You don't get to do everything in life that you want. So, whatever. It's not that big of a deal, I guess. Yeah, you just gotta. That one was particularly hard to accept. Is like, because like, oh man, I was really kind of hoping for that, like the entire time. But well, fuck. guess, damn. It's all right. I'm good. There's a higher reason other than that, other than myself. That's fine. I don't need to enjoy that. But I mean, it's not like I haven't been trying. It's just that, like, the people I've wanted to marry and have like expressed that to, they just don't feel the same way at all. They most certainly do not want to do that. And fuck, all right, whatever. I guess we're not going to do it, but them's the breaks. Don't get to get married. But I'd rather not get married than like marry someone I don't want to marry. Like, no, ugh, no thanks. I'm good. I'm all right on my own. No, if society is fucked up so that I can't like provide for myself on my own, that gives me something to do to not worry about even being married. I'll be focused doing that without even needing to be concerned about being social with people. So I can do that, not even have to worry about a relationship because my mind is already like occupied with something productive to do, improve the world conditions, the economy, the social justice, so that people like me aren't fucking struggling for money, and we can make ends meet just by our own income, by what we do. I mean, if you get married and both of you work, you should have a lot. But if you get married, only one of you should have to work to provide for everyone, because you got to take care of the home and the whole married life, the kids. But so yeah, I guess I got to do that. It's not that this is something, I'm not really all that concerned about it because I don't want to fucking even live in this world. People fucking suck, boring. Seriously, what like the fucking social situation is so goddamn bad that like I really do not want to even be around you people. Just to be totally honest with you, this fucking sucks. But I don't know. Maybe you could change. It's just you don't seem to want to. It's been a long time, and you don't really. You seem to be more concerned about being evil and mean and a bad person, and like trying to like justify all the sinful things you do with more crime, corruption, lies, sin, mean-spirited stuff. It's just like, yeah, you're not even fucking worth it. So I'm not really going to put in all that much effort for you. Hopefully you don't get too mad. But I can do this much. I should be able to do something for you. I'm not going to just totally hang you out to dry, but you're not going to get the fucking choice good stuff because you're all fucking assholes and you're disgusting people. I'm not going to fucking go out of my way to give you something special. You get it. It's fine. But yeah, that kind of fucking sucks, though. But that's why I don't get married, though. At least you have that to fucking feel good about if you were wanting to have one up on me. Someone wanted to marry you. But I'm really happy being single. So it's not really that upsetting for me. Once I was able to overcome that like physical instinct thing and transcend to a higher consciousness, things are very much better. Being single is pretty good. A lot of fun to be had being single. Well, I think I'm gonna watch some Chainsaw Massacre movies tonight. I guess they did 3 of them back in the earlier days, or maybe I'll watch something else. I don't know, man. I'm fucking bored. Oh yeah, that's awesome. When is it gonna end? Seriously, how long is it fucking going on? I mean, the video, I guess. Yeah, this isn't really the problem I'm talking about right now. It's the fucking goddamn the tyrants. When is your bullshit attacking me going to end? You seriously plan on keeping this up for the rest of my life? You realize that, like, even if you did manage to keep it up, and you elect either of those fucktards that you've like placed to be choices, and that's why I don't vote. I'm not a voter, not anymore. Not after. Hell no. Hell no. I will never vote again. But eventually, someone you will get voted in, and they're going to see what the fuck you're doing, see all the expenses that you are paying to do what you are doing for no reason at all, other than just to like cover up the reputation of criminals not being exposed. And that's all like taxpayer money, and they're going to be like, "Fuck, our economy is tanking. We're going to be in danger. We can't even feed everyone right now. People are like kind of rationing food because like we're not able to provide everything, and prices are going up around the world, and we can't pay for the shipment fees, and we don't need this expense." So they'll end whatever the fuck you're doing to me to inconvenience my life for no reason. Eventually, that's going to happen. Hopefully, it doesn't have to come to that, because it should have ended. Never had that happened before. You should have ended it before that thought was ever precipitated into an action. But it was, and you are, and it's getting worse. And sometimes they just like agree with me, as if like it's okay, as if they know. I was like, you don't fucking know. You cannot agree with me. If you agreed with me, you would not at all be in your position. You would be the fuck out of there. You would be shooting everyone in your fucking workplace with your sidearm. You do not know what you are doing. And you will not be forgiven. And soon. Hopefully. I'm kind of like really kind of giving up. fucking doing anything for you people. It fucking sucks. I should get my disability check in the next couple days, or at the end of the month or something. Oh. See, I'm going to move on at the time. Other things I've wanted to tell you. Maidens, this is the most important thing you didn't know you need to know. Aiming. You need to have like a kind of concept for aiming, a natural one. I guess you wouldn't normally think to do that because of the way you go to the bathroom. But I'm not sure how you need to work that in or whatever, but that's why you're always like stumbling when you try to walk down the stairs. That's why you're always falling over low fences, stuff like that. Get a concept for aiming, however you need to, and you'll be able to. You'll be better with knowing where you're and stepping and seeing where you're walking and all that kind of stuff without causing freaking chaos and destruction with your freaking maidenly ways. Yeah, one of the things there. No, that's not good. That's a bit much. Just keep it on. I don't want to go there. I don't want to know. Don't you dare. There's lots of things you can aim, I guess. Maybe spit. Learn how to spit. Try to aim your spit every now and then at something. Things like that, yeah. Kind of like a foundational building block to what makes a person a person. I was like, oh, there you go. It's another one. Boom. Yeah, fucking amazing. Just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm fucking goddamn it. I'm trying to fucking be funny and kind of like freaking make a joke out of myself. But I mean, I kind of gotta like, I'm gonna make myself known somehow. You realize though that that's something maybe I don't know that would be helpful for people to think about. You don't have to fucking pay me money or give me fucking special honors or something for that, but maybe spread the word around. Like, hey, you hear what this guy say about maidens and aiming? Fucking genius! That's gonna change everything for their lives. They're gonna be way better off. That's like one of the key missing things that they don't have about men. What makes a man a man? But they will be able to figure something out. I mean, it's not tied to the body. It's just like a concept you don't really think about, you know, as integral as like something you're doing with your life, I guess, with your waste. Your waste, yeah. Aim your waist. So a spit would be good. Be appropriate. It's not always a waste. It's not always waste, but that would count. That would be applicable as a bodily fluid. You're expelling from your body with intention and purpose to accomplish something. As simple as feeling good. With the relief of an empty bladder. And a ejected booger. And an ejected booger. Expelling phlegm and mucus and boogers. That is a relieving feeling. Especially when I get one of those big globby ones. Oh, what happened there? Emma Watson, what are you doing right now? Why the fuck are you not here right now? Well, don't we have something going on? We have something going on, don't we? I'm pretty sure we have something going on. You know, one of the things about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, watch that one. Watch the Texas Chainsaw if you haven't seen it. Watch that one. That one is really good. Now that you know what kind of world that is out there, can you live there? Can you comfortably live in that world with those people? The rest of your life. Think about it. That's all I'm going to say about that. And maybe you'll, I don't know, you'll probably figure something out. You're more adept with this stuff than me, most likely. Because I'm fucking I'm very helpless with all this normal life stuff. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe that's one of the things about it. Is why we have a connection. Maybe you spend as much time in books and writing and doing normal things like that than anything else. But hopefully you can figure it out, though. I'm kind of like doing a lot of stuff right now. You're probably doing some stuff too, but you can have like other people around. Maybe you can like tell them to do something that you were doing, and or ask them to nicely, and they'll probably be more than happy to relieve some of that stuff for you, and while you go on and do something else. Because people like things to do, especially big things to do that are important tasks. Well, I got an important task for you, fair maiden. Very important task. So important, all the future of humankind, all life itself may possibly depend on this task that we have to do together. Or we could do together. You and I could be together to do that task. I suppose that person doesn't have to be you. But if you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. And, that's good enough for me. And forget about all that other stuff. You're just like a girl to me. I'm just a guy to you. Hopefully you don't think of me as some freaking crazy fucking thing. Yeah, like, hold on a second. Down on this level, remember, we're down on Monkey King level right now. I'm not the Monkey King, but we're on his level. He's a friend of ours. We know him. He's great. It's freaking fantastic, especially when we're partying. But I mean, all those like worldly concerns, that's not really what's on our mind right now. And none of that stuff really matters. Besides, if we're unhappy down here, that's going to like all the way up and like cause sorts of unhappiness up through all the whole worldly scheme. So like you're wasting your time if you're like unhappy on that level and then trying to like make the world work up there for yourself. If people are trying to expect you to do stuff for them, fuck them. You know, I mean, forget them. Cast them out. Say, get thee away, Satan. I'm done with you. I'm going to go be good for myself because I am not going to die for your sins. If you need someone to die for your sins, you go learn about Jesus because that's the person who did and the only person who did, and that's the only one who ever will have done that, and you should be happy and thankful that he's there for you since you're looking for someone to die for your goddamn sins. I got more important things to do. Like with normal life when we do normal things all the time with our, you know, it's just fucking, there's a lot to do. We gotta fucking clean. We gotta fucking cook. We gotta pay the bills. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot to do. It's a lot to do. I need some help with that. I wish I could just hire someone to do that. That'd be fucking easy. I don't have that kind of money, though. I tried to find someone who might be interested, but I don't ever get any replies on my social media posts. No, I don't want to get into the whole fucking that. I don't want to open up on whatever. That's the big difference between the real thing and the fakers is that the real deal will have acts. They will do. They will have done. They will be able to do. All the fakers, they'll just say. They'll just believe. They'll just wish and hope and pray, but they won't do a goddamn thing for themselves or anyone else. They just are the word only. No way. Fuck that. Fucking do something with your life, people. You're a human being, and that is good. That is good. So be good. Pardon me. I'm all out of shit. I imagine you probably don't want to, if you're over all the way in London, you probably just don't want to travel. That's what I would be worried about, or not worried about. That's what would be. I'd be like, oh fuck, I gotta get on a plane for like 18 hours or however fucking long that flight is. Well, at least you could probably afford the first class and stuff and all that good stuff. If you can't, there's a little trick I learned back in the Craftsman cookbook for high altitude cocktails. Yes, you get those like little mini bottles. Yeah, those you put all those in a bag. Security will be like, oh, this passes the fluid limit. Sure, yeah, you can bring these 12 bottles of alcohol with you on this next flight in your carry-on. Just don't miss your next flight because you're probably going to be drunk if you drink all those. You're probably passed out somewhere. Don't get into any trouble on my account. But those fucking beer drinks at the airport, Holy crap, why are you people charging so much for that? You would make more money if you lowered your prices. You ever play those games like Roller Coaster Tycoon? I used to play that a lot when I was a kid. And what is it? The other one? Well, that if the prices are too high, nobody's going to go there, and you're not going to get enough sales to make revenue. So you need to like lower the prices to a certain kind of like happy level where people are willing to pay and can pay, and they'll frequent more and buy more of them. So airports, you need to fucking do that. You guys are charging ridiculous amounts for fucking drinks. How many people want to get drunk at the airport when you're on your fucking flight waiting for like 18 hours? Come on, lower those prices. Everyone's going to want to go there. You're going to have a lot of customers. A lot of customers. Just make them normal like it's anywhere else. It's pretty much like the airport is like anywhere else. Maybe you charge a little fee since you have those special securities for like to make air flights safe or whatever. But don't put too much of a fee there. And if that fee can be covered elsewhere, then you're going to let it be covered elsewhere. And just let that all be like, people won't be so freaking grouchy by going to the airport if they know they'll be able to go to the bar and have a few drinks without needing to worry about dipping into their life savings. But if that's the case, if you don't want to do that, you could tell me to ask me to go that way. But can we not do that? Oh, you got all those people around. Don't you want to get away from them? All right, come over here. We're going to start. We'll create a sanctuary, and then build from there. And yeah, we won't let anyone in. We don't want to let in. Yeah, I got that down. I got that down good. That whole automated system I was telling you about, even if we screw something up, that automated system is going to kick in and going to take care of it. The way, always in a good way for us, too. Like it won't ever screw anything up. It's perfectly divine. Oh, that'll be so much better. Yeah, I do have a little bit of a beer belly. And you know what? I look good, all right? I don't fucking care. I'm going to drink more beer. Well, why shouldn't I? Look at you. Look at what you're fucking goddamn doing over there. You think I fucking like the way that feels when you're thinking about me and then you're going doing that nasty shit? Yeah. Fucking filthy goddamn horse. Fucking nasty. Whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But I mean, the act, no. But I mean, the spirit thing that you're doing, yeah. What the fuck? If you're feeling something, fucking, why the fuck are you in any kind of conflict? Don't you know what you got to do? What the fuck made you people think you should betray that to do some other evil in the world? You are destroying everything. That you're casting out is the entire goddamn reason any of this fucking happens. Do not go against that. Do not be an obstacle to that. To true love, to what your fucking heart wants you to do with another person that makes you want to say, hey, let's get married. Let's get a house together. And we can make our own special room to be good at in our comfy space while we pay the bills and pass the nights. Do not go against that feeling. Whenever you feel that, you fucking go there. That is the most important thing. That anything could ever be happening ever. Nothing is more important than that. Don't get confused and start listening to your dango, but your dango, yeah, your dango, dingo. Forget it. Forget I said that. I've got kind of sidetracked by thinking about like that dango dish from Japan. It's like got the balls on it, the skewer. Um, yeah, don't get thinking about that one down there. Some people they think about that like, and they start like making decisions to satisfy their lower reproductive organs area, and like the more they do that, they kind of start like building these like neural connections that link their brain directly to their you know what, and then over time, eventually, their just like brain becomes like slaved to their. I don't know if that's how it works, but it seems that checks with the way they're acting. Don't start doing that, people. You're gonna fucking crash the goddamn bus. Seriously, you are going to get yourself into so much disaster. So always trust the higher urge, and be willing to like deny this urge for this urge, and always be willing to deny the urge down there. Always. Sometimes though, you need to listen to this urge and not this urge. That depends on the responsibility you have in a worldly situation. Like if you are a government official, you need to do what you know you need to do, not what you feel like would be good for you. That should be obvious to those fucking old people. That hasn't changed in the hundreds of thousands of years that humans have been around. That's when you need to do that. And that's in a limited context. It's usually only applicable to whatever your job is, whatever your duties are, whatever the situation is, how that you're supposed to do something in regard to that for everyone. You need to do that for everyone, not for your own heart, for yourself. Sometimes you might need to like incorporate that thought, but that's an extremely rare situation. That's an exception. So it's an exception, not a that's not always a rule. Like, but essentially though, yeah, you need to be thinking that stuff through. But your private life, yes, private life, right here, right. Don't fucking get stuck up in your fucking worldly life and forget all about your private self, your personal happiness. Seriously, why the fuck are you gonna be in a community if you're not happy yourself? Do not give away your own happiness to make other people happy. Only make other people happy if it makes you happy to do that. But if you're like losing your happiness just so other people can be happy, and you like are thinking about that like an honorable self-sacrifice of Jesus, you're out of your goddamn minds. You're tricked by the devil, and you're fucking stupid. No, do not forget to look out for number one. You should be willing to like sacrifice yourself for a greater good, but that's an extremely rare exception. Normal daily life things not ever going to require that. In private life, professional stuff like work, if you got a business, that's different. But I'm talking about your daily life. If you're giving up your happiness to help someone else's dreams, no. You can still help them, but be like, look, I mean, I'm interested in this. This is my interest. I don't want that to conflict with you, but I'm not going to give this up for that. So we're going to have to stay separate, or whatever. I mean, do not ever sacrifice your happiness for someone else's happiness. No, that's not worth it. You won't get any payback for that. You won't get any happiness back. You can sacrifice your worldly stuff for other people's happiness, and you will get a payback for that. You will get happiness in return for yourself, because worldly stuff is fucking weight. It's dense gravity. When you get rid of that stuff, you're just naturally going to feel better. Unless you have. I got quite a bit of stuff right now. More than I usually do, but I'm good with this. Some of it's I kind of have it intertwined with my business. My business, I think a lot of that is just about everything. I try to multitask all those things together so it's fucking most efficient. It's still kind of cool. Some honey yummy. Some honey yummy in your life, that's for damn sure. Okay. Well, I guess that's it. I don't really have anything else to say. What else should I tell you? What else do you want to know? Type something in the chat box. Is there anyone here? I'm freaking in my freaking vacuum sealed social isolation chamber for a concentrated collection of people who have the interest of humanity in mind, that the world does not want to survive. So no one's probably here right now, but if you were here and you're not, well, I guess there's really nothing you can do about that. I don't know. I guess you could ask someone, maybe who's connected to me. Maybe whenever that way of the story thing takes off and is a formal organization, if you have anything you want to say, you could probably ask one of them and I'll be able to speak about that. Anyway, all right. Until next time. I'm done. I'm going to end this.